Well, it's week 326, and here's a skiffle song by Ronnie, or is it Donnie? Anyway, it's about the Battle of New Orleans, which was fit between the Americans, the Yankees, and the English people. And the British, they, well, came off rather ignominiously, if I do say so, if I say so correctly. Well, in 1814, we took a little trip, along with Colonel Jackson, down the mighty Mississippi. We took some bacon and we took some beans, and we fought the bloody British at the Battle of New Orleans. Well, we fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again, and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we looked down the river till we saw the British come. There must have been 100 of them banging on their drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood by our cotton bales and never said a thing. Now they fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take them by surprise if we didn't fire till we looked them in the eyes. We stood quite still till we saw their faces well, and we opened up our muskets and we really gave them, well, fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. Wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles. They ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. It wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we fired our muskets till the barrels melted down, so we grabbed an alligator and we shot another round. We stuffed his face with cannonballs and powdered his behind. When we lit off the powder, the gator really lost his mind. Oh, we fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles. They ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. Wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. Fired once again and they began a-running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.